Hey preschool team, welcome to week 2 of rock and roll. So a lot of this week's lesson plan will be similar to last week's. A couple of new things here and there, but as far as warm-up goes, we can stick with, since it's rock and roll, all the rolling the shoulders, rolling the wrists, ankles, or if you have a warm-up that you prefer, you could also do that as well. You could also have a rock and roll freeze dance party. Might be another fun one you could use as warm-up. This week also, please remember to review your name and go over the safety rules just to help drill those in as we've got some new kiddos starting. But other than that, have fun with rock and roll week 2. All right, this is the first half of the floor setup, and we're gonna start this week again at the trampoline with our tuck jumps. So starting here, they can do their 3 tuck jumps, knees to belly. They can also practice their freeze. We have forward roll down the wedge, stretching tall, tucking chin, rolling. Again, if you have some advanced students, they can upgrade to a front roll and jump, or they can work straddle rolls, whatever your class is working on. Over here on the purple mat with the red star, we're gonna play some air guitar and practice our jump down and freeze. And freeze, so they get to rock out a little bit. And then they're gonna rock and roll on the Bosu ball again. So finding their balance and rocking. And that is the first half of floor. All right, welcome to the second half of floor. So their first spot on the second half is a forward roll on the floor. So this will probably be your spotting station. So on the teddy bear mat, practicing their forward roll. If you have some brand new little ones, they can practice their rock and roll if they're not quite ready for forward roll on the floor. Next, we have our rock and roll to stand station. So rolling back, knees to belly. Advanced students working that sit up, or they can work their rebound or their jump. Next, we have our Spider-Man handstand, hands down, feet up the wall. Then last, since our tuck shape is something we're learning about this week, we're gonna do a few donkey kicks. So hands down and jumping for some donkey kicks, practicing those tucked knees. And that's the second half of floor. All right, let's talk about beam for this week. So we got a couple of new things we're learning on beam this week, but luckily we have pictures and little notes about what goes where. So starting on the purple beam, we are working on some flamingos. So arms out, toe knitting. You can flamingo walk down the purple beam. On the piano beam, we have a picture of our airplane or our arabesque. Next, they're gonna come over to the instruments. Here, they're gonna practice some high kicks over the instruments. If you have really little ones, they can practice their big steps, knees up. On the piano beat, same as last week, we're gonna practice our tippy toes on the piano, or our forward walks if we have new friends. Next, we grab our maracas, and we're gonna side walk, feet together, all the way down. We've got another jump and freeze onto the red dot. On the road beam this week, we're gonna try backwards. Working our backwards walk, letting each foot take a turn going behind, and that brings us to the end of our beam rotation. Hope you have fun teaching beam this week. All right, and for bars this week, very similar to last week's, our first station is gonna be our push up to front support. We also have pullovers if that's what your class is working on, forward rolls if your kiddos are working on that too. So kind of up to you what is on this first station of our bars. Next, they're gonna come up to the high bar and work on either their tuck hang, or you want a little upgrade, they can work their monkey walks down the bar as well. Next, they're going to work their tuck tuck hold into parallel bars. So pushing up with strong arms, knees into our belly. You can have them try a 3 to 5 second count to see how long they can hold it. Next, they're going to come over to the little piggy bars, and that's going to be our bear walks. So hands and feet to go down. Last, they have their tunnel that they can go through to bring them back to the beginning. And that is our bar setup for this week. Last, we have vault. So again, also similar to last week, but instead of the trapeze, we have some rings here. So they're gonna start with a tuck hold on the rings. So you can tell them Mickey Mouse ears. And they'll try to hold their tuck. Next, they're gonna do a big jump up and freeze on the springboard. Then they have a jump down and freeze. Next up, they have a donkey kick. So there's a little paper here that tells them what to do. Hands down, jumping our feet. Next, they come up to the tumble track where we're reviewing our tuck jumps again. Big knees up, all the way. They'll make their grand entrance into the Rockstar Arena. Everybody loved the drums last week, so we got the drums again that they can play. And while I know you can't really see it on the video, again, they have their rock and roll station at the end, or if your kiddos are proficient at their forward rolls on the ground, you can have them practice their forward rolls there too. Otherwise, that's it for Rock and Roll Week 2.